and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still pushing higher slowly. Yeah, will be interesting to see how the futures markets, when the futures market opens, yeah, how Bitcoin is going to react. I think there is a case for an upcoming wave 2 pullback. I mean, what we can see, and that's clear, we do have a nice, beautiful, really, 5-wave move up from the last swing low that formed here on Thursday. And there is no sign of exhaustion yet, though, but the wave count is now full. Even into the nanostructures, we have 5 waves up, even here from the June low, 7th of June low, yeah. And then not only that, not only from the 7th of June low, smaller degree, 5-wave move, we also have 5 waves up from the 5th of June, which is pretty good because it gives me a nice and clear 5-wave impulse. And even that 5th wave is a nice 5-wave move. So, I mean, I'm happy. I just need now a signal for a top to confirm that the wave 2 has started. But so far, there is no signal of a top. So we might move a little higher. Let's develop together or define together some upside targets in addition to what we already have on the chart, this green line. It might be reached next around 106,900. But let's also define some Fibonacci levels, okay, based on maybe this last wave 4 low and then also the larger degree 4th wave. That might give us some additional levels to watch if we keep pushing. I mean, there's not much to do, right? The market is still in a local uptrend, which is great. Love it. All I need to do is to adjust this Fibonacci support area, because once we have a top in place, this is where the focus will shift to. This area between $101,680 and $104,070. Something is shifting in the market. I feel a low is in. I talked about that. Okay, I posted that specifically on X today as well. That my view is, we have some of the best setups we've had in a long time in the sector. Today we had our member live stream. I think around about 20. I mean, we covered 50 coins. I think there might have been like 20, 25, 1-2 setups in there. Yeah, so it's looking nice. Yeah, it's looking good. So let's develop some targets here. So we have the waves 1 to 3. We measure them with the Fibonacci extension tool. We go to the low of the wave 4, which is this swing low from the 7th of June. And then we're looking for a couple of levels here. So what I'm going to activate here is the 50% extension and the 61.8 extension. So these are some Fibonacci levels to watch: 106,568 and 107,181. These are some common targets for an internal 5th wave. And then we can also define, based on this internal structure, some Fib levels. Let's see if there is something relevant there. Not really, because we're already breaking here above the 61.8 Fib. There was no reaction. So these are naturally the next ones to which we can pay attention to, whereas the 50% extension isn't so relevant. The one that is more relevant is the $107,180 level. So pay attention to this one. Doesn't mean we have to start the move down from there. It would be ideal, though, to not necessarily break substantially above 107,181. Okay. Now I'm going to adjust support until we form a local top. And then once we have significant downside momentum, especially a break below that $105,040 level, well, then we can, at the latest, keep this as a support area where it is. At the moment, $101,680 to $104,070. And it's not, at the moment it's still a moving support area, yeah. But it will then be, let's say, locked down on the chart. And just to remind everybody, as long as we're now holding above $101,680, my assumption is that on the 5th of June, a meaningful low formed. That could be the low in the A wave. This A wave that we bottomed in this A wave. We're now in this B wave in the white scenario. And this initial rally here is wave A in 5 waves, wave A of B. Next would be a B wave pullback, and then we can still get a C wave rally. So that's what we're going to watch for. But first of all, let's see if we can hold a higher low. Or it's a wave 1 to the upside, and the next pullback is a wave 2. But we don't need to distinguish between these two because the support area is shared between them. So yeah, not much more to say really, but it gives you another set of levels there on the chart. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.